Starting in a couple of moments, so those of you still drinking coffee and tea and eating, if you could move forward into this main area, please, that would be super. Okay, good morning ladies and gentlemen, and on behalf of Citizen, a very warm welcome to each and every one of you. Thank you for joining us this morning to mark the launch of our Better Starts Now campaign, a really exciting movement which has been created in our 100th anniversary year and which will seek out some of the UAE's most driven and inspiring individuals. And we believe that there are many out there. To stay updated on the event, do follow us on Instagram @MyCitizen, and you can alternatively follow us on #MyBetterStartsNow for all campaign updates. Now I'd like to introduce you all to Mr. Kaiji Kato, who is the General Manager of Citizen. He's going to say a few words.
Thank you, sir. And good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank you very much for joining us today for the launch of our brand new communication, My Better Start Now campaign. Before we move on, I would like to show you the Citizen brand movie, which gives you a good idea of why we do what we do.
What is time? For 100 years, Citizen has made watches that seek to answer that question. Citizen has created many industry firsts since it was founded in 1918. But we don't live in our past glories. Our sights are firmly set forward. We believe in making watches that people everywhere will love. It's about more than making high-specification timepieces. It's about tackling an endless series of challenges to provide the world with something better. We are the citizens, the people who believe that time is not measured in seconds, but in steps forward. We see the world as a work in progress, a place to be improved. If time never stops, why should we? We're heading for better.
If time never stops, then why should we? That's what we believe, and that's what we Better Start Now is all about. Better Start Now is a simple belief that no matter who you are or what you do, it is always possible to make something better. And now is the time to start doing it. We believe that better and now are both infinity, and there is always a next better and a new now in which you can start pursuing it. That's exactly what we have been doing for the past 100 years, and long list of what world first really puts on top of brands who have pioneered the watch industry, and to continue to reinvent the meaning of time, both our watches and our brand philosophy. Better starts now. The occasion of our 100 years anniversary gives us a wonderful opportunity to reflect on our evolution from a Japan-based regular pocket watch manufacturer to creator of the technologically advanced and path-breaking models. The anniversary collection displayed here today pay homage to some of our innovations of the past 100 years, embodying the better starts now value in both design and functions. Our wish is to mark our 100 years in a profound way. Therefore, we are seeking out individuals within the region who share our spirit and attitude and who are making a positive contribution to their communities and causes. As a means of doing it, we are very excited to be working with 4 Better Starts Now stars who have each shown amazing determination, empathy, and grit, along with a drive to change the world and make it better. We believe that each of them will be very successful in championing our initiative and recruiting through their social media channels. Many self-motivated people out there in UAE who share a similar drive and whose stories we can tell the world. Please join me in welcoming our Better Starts Now stars. I will now ask Lisa to share with you their wonderful stories. Thank you.
Thank you, Kato-san. I certainly will. I've got great pleasure this morning in introducing you to our stars, and they are indeed stars, as you will come to learn this morning. So we have with us Reem Al-Mazuki, Katie Patterson-Hart, and Dia Alam. I'd like to start with introducing Reem. In 2013, Reem, as a young Emirati student of engineering at Arab Emirates University, developed the very first car to be driven without using hands or arms, making her the first Emirati to receive a US patent. Reem is very passionate and motivated to find solutions that will help society, particularly people of determination. And she's also an inspiration to young women in the region who want to make their mark in what is typically regarded as a very male-dominated industry. We have some film.
I was in my first year in university as an architecture engineering student. Jessica Cox inspired me, and I was so amazed by her, and she was actually the first armored pilot in the world. I just simply designed a car for her. When I applied it in my university course, I failed. But this didn't stop me. I continued doing it, and I applied for a US patent, and I was the youngest student to hold it. My professor did encourage me to continue this project, and he said you need to have more knowledge when it comes to creating cars. I believe everyone is born with a gift, and it's part of your responsibilities to use that gift and utilize it. So you should always start, no matter how old you are, no matter what's happening around you. I'm an architect, but I believe I can invent anything.
We'll be hearing a little more from Reem later on today. Sitting next to Reem, we have Katie Patterson-Hart, our lovely lady in red. Katie is a British national based in Dubai. In 2011, in the thick of her corporate career, Katie joined the Row for Freedom team to raise awareness for a cause that had opened her eyes to a new reality, ending human trafficking. In 2012, Katie, along with 4 other women, rowed across the world's second largest ocean, the Atlantic, covering some 5,000 kilometres from the Canary Islands to Barbados, and earning substantial donations for her cause. She also broke 2 world records, these being the fastest crossing of the Atlantic Ocean by an all-female team, and the first crossing of any ocean by a 5-woman team. Let's see a little bit more about Katie.
I was working at a bank,
I said to myself, I wonder what I could achieve if I put this much time and energy into a personal project. There's 27 million in the human trafficking industry. Really wanted to give those that can't be heard a voice. I just said this is something that I can really do to make a difference. So we just took this as an opportunity to use sport, give a voice to those that can't be heard. So 5 of us set out on our journey. We were setting our sights high on 2 world records. Most people thought that this was going to be impossible. We rode all day and all night for 45 days. We crossed 5,000 kilometres, so we started in Canary Islands and we finished in Barbados. I knew it wasn't going to be easy, but I was so ready to do this, and I knew that better starts now.
We also have with us this morning Dia Alam. Dia is an Egyptian calligraphy artist based in Dubai who gave up his profession in urban planning and architecture to pursue his passion and to become a custodian of Arabic culture. Dia uses the experience drawn from his former career to create highly original pieces of art which portray Arabic script in a totally unique interpretation. In his own words, and this is lovely, he is focused on turning the immortality of the Arabic language into a thing of infinite beauty. Dia has held many exhibitions across the region and he has a growing fan base. I think he'll probably have a few more after this morning. His work being highly distinctive, combining graphic design elements with contemporary art in a really inimitable style. Let's see more of Dia.
For 10 years I was an urban planner, but art always justified myself. After many years of self-reflection, I knew what I had to do. That moment was when I realized better starts now. Living a well-settled life wasn't easy. There was a lot of planning I had to do before I took the jump. I guess it's true when they say everything in life has a purpose. Calligraphy is a part of my tradition. So I wanted my expressions to be represented through my art. That's where the contemporary touch in my traditional style came in. I get my inspiration from everything around me, the people I meet, the places I go to, the experiences I have, they all become part of my color palette. Now I do what I love, that's why I love what I do. And even after 8 years, I still have the drive that fuels my passion.
We do actually have a 4th ambassador, but unfortunately he couldn't be with us today, but I'd like to give you some information about him. Simajit Singh is an Indian motivational speaker and performance coach. He began his career in the hospitality industry, but has in common with some of our other ambassadors that he left this profession to become a certified NLP practitioner, so to pursue another dream. He drew on his career learnings to inspire and motivate others in a similar way to our other ambassadors, and he now devotes his life to empowering people from organisations across the globe, encouraging all individuals from all walks of life to really pursue their passion. Let's see a little more.
The year was 2007. I quit my job, moved back from the UK and left everything behind. I decided to venture into this transformation from a hotel manager to a motivational speaker. The hardest part of this transformation was leaving my comfort zone. As you step forward, it may seem dark at first, but as you step forward, your path will be lit up for you. The last 11 years have transformed me. Did I know how this journey is going to shape up? Absolutely no clue. As Osho said, courage is a love affair with the unknown. If you wait for the perfect resources, the perfect timing, the perfect credentials, you may end up waiting forever. I set up a small home office, no clients, no previous experience, no credentials, no website, nothing. My first assignment was motivating a 15-member team who worked at a friend's office, and there was no looking back.
We'll be able to hear, read a little bit more about Sanjit in our press packs, which we'll give you at the end of today's event. What's wonderful about the Better Starts Now campaign is that all of our stars are contributing to it in a very intrinsic way. So they're a lot more than just figureheads. They will each be responsible for encouraging followers, their own followers, as well as the general population, to post their own stories of personal development and motivation onto their social channels, where they will then be redirected to the campaign's hashtag #MyBetterStartsNow microsite. Competition is actually open to everybody, not just our influencers followers, so anyone aged between 18 to 80 can participate, the winner receiving a 25,000 dirham donation to their chosen cause. Now, I'd really like to elaborate a little bit further on the personal accounts of our ambassadors today and why they've decided to be part of our initiative. So I have some questions for them. And following these questions, I'd very much like you guys to come forward with your own questions too, so please do that. I'll start with Reem. Reem, I understand you failed part of your degree because your subject matter, which was the design of this amazing foot-powered car, wasn't considered to be appropriate to the course. Do you believe this was a blessing?
Yeah, of course. It was the changing point of my life, honestly. If I didn't fail, I would end up like any other student in my class. I was the only one who failed, and I'm the only one who got the beat.
And I must ask, do your professors and the people who put the cross on the on your paper, do you ever speak to them now, and do you giggle about it?
I was able to enhance the grading system in the university after receiving the patent. I complained about that grade, saying that not because I did something beyond, I get F. It's your grading system. So they didn't give me that grade back, but they changed the grading system for new generation.
That's amazing. So trailblazing in another area too. Yeah. Katie, if we can pass to you now. You were part of the first all-women team of 5 to row the Atlantic and the fastest to do it, which is an amazing achievement. Did you face doubters and cynics when you announced your intentions? And I'd like to know how you overcame those doubts and those cynical people.
Yes, we did. Personally, I was the only one based here in the UAE, and there were a number of people that approached me and said, you know, you really don't have to do this if you don't want to. And I began to realise that I was probably one of a minority that would choose to do something that was so outside of the comfort zone. It was a huge risk. A third of the people that attempt to row an ocean actually fail, and more people have been to space or climbed Everest than have rowed an ocean. So it was a huge challenge, and quite rightly so, people had this idea that it wasn't going to be possible. We worked together as a team. We had a very clear goal. We were aiming for 2 world records. We wanted to be the fastest women to cross the Atlantic, and we also wanted to do it safely. So I think having that focus and determination as a team really helped to overcome the negativity that was out there, and we were incredibly positive. We blocked it out, we worked together, and I created my own, I guess, a power group here in UAE, and I pulled on all the resources. Anyone that was interested in what I was doing, they were on board. Literally, they were on our boat here in the UAE. Anyone that could help the cause, anybody that was passionate about the cause. And it was all about getting these people together, and then also having my existing team as well. So it was like I created 2 teams, and we just really focused our efforts on achieving our goals.
And you did. Brilliant, stellar job of it. Thank you. I'll come to Dia now. Dia, you gave up your career in urban planning to focus on your true passion, which was calligraphy art. But was there ever a moment when you questioned your decision?
Of course, there was a moment that I thought that I shouldn't take this step, but every time I think about it, I feel that I was in my comfort zone and I had to get out of it. And I always believe that when you get out of your comfort zone, you might have an amazing experience that you never had before. So this is what I wanted to achieve. And every time I think about it, I feel I have to. It's not that I want to go back it's my now time and what I should do just to feel that this is the right decision. So this is what drove me to work harder and do more for
So real life challenges. I'd like to just come back to Katie now. I'd like to know, how has your experience enabled you to take on more life challenges?
Definitely more confident than I was before. I feel a lot more capable. Nothing really phases me anymore. Of course I get nervous about things, I do still feel fear, but I just choose to channel that energy into overcoming the fear, and I really work hard on that because I think it's so important as individuals. We only use a very small percentage of our full capabilities, and I really believe that if we were to step out of our comfort zone more often, we could really achieve incredible things, probably things that we don't believe that we could. And it just takes a little bit of an inner voice to push you. You've got a split second to make a decision whether you're going to run away from the fear or face it. And for me, that's something now that I try to apply.
Yeah, I can imagine 100 feet waves in the Atlantic is a definite fear.
Yeah, that was kind of scary.
Absolutely. I'll come back to Dia. Dia, do you feel that you also look at the world from a very different place now, having made this bold decision to leave the comfort of your career?
Yeah, the idea of leaving my career really frightened me at first, but when you have the courage to overcome your fear, you get to experience something that is beyond your imagination. That's what actually happened with me. So after I took this jump, I had so many experiences that I never thought I would get across in my whole life. So I was really blessed with that decision.
So a lot of personal fulfillment.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dia. Reem, can I just come back to you? Because I know that you have many achievements under your belt. Can you just talk to us about another achievement that you have, in addition to the invention of this specially adapted vehicle? I think you mentioned to me on previous occasions the teddy bear.
Yeah, the teddy bear is one of them. Basically, it's a learning robot for kids for autistic kids. Its name is Mozo. It was named after a girl. Her name is Moza. She's a kid with autism. But she helped us a lot to develop that robot, which helps the kid to get out of their own bubble, because kids with autism, they live in their own bubble and they don't communicate with anyone. So that was a problem for their parents, not for the kid, because they had issues with the shadow teacher and specific people. So they were being used for that fact. So we came up with this solution to avoid such people. And then it became a more fun way. We noticed that it's not just we're avoiding these people, we're having a more fun way, and the kids learning more, the session is longer, more effective, and that was even more than what expected. So I was like, yeah, why not making it as a product then?
Thank you, fascinating. Thank you, Reem. I just have one more question, and it's the $1 million question of the morning. To each of you, I'd like to ask, what are your ambitions for the Mind Better Starts Now campaign? And what kind of heroes will you each be looking for? Could we start with Dia?
I believe that we are looking for someone that, our life is all about making a change. So, but how you make a change and who are the people you make a change in, this is the most important question. So I think that a personal change is good, but when you have a change on a bigger scale, it will be much better.
Excellent, thank you. I'd like to pose that same question to you, Katie, as well.
we believe that everyone has their own story. It might not be as crazy as rowing across the Atlantic, but everybody, even in this room, has faced some form of hardship, overcome some obstacles, it might have been circumstances that you didn't choose, that just happened to you, or it might be something that you've actively sought out and stepped out of your comfort zone. And I really want to hear from people that have got a story about their own personal development and how they're prioritising it to become a better version of themselves. I personally believe that you can only be of use to your teammates, your family, society, if you are the best version of yourself. So I really hope that by sharing our stories that we get some fantastic people that maybe haven't had a voice before or had a platform to use to share their story, and to bring people forward to give their side of their story and express how they've stepped outside their comfort zone and achieved something that's, at the end of the day, we're just ordinary people that have chosen to do something a little bit extraordinary, and there are so many more people out there that have done the same, and we really hope that we get the same.
We agree that there are lots and lots of people out there. We just need them to come forward, and we need your help, all of our guests today, and I'll explain a little bit more about how you can help us in a few moments. But just to finally, Reem, could you give us a little bit of your thoughts on sorts of heroes, everyday heroes that you think would be ideal for this campaign, who may come forward?
I don't know, I always try to inspire people who failed, or someone who doesn't believe in themselves. Because I started when I failed, and I was the only one in the section. We were 72 girls. That was a big shame. Like, who's that stupid?
Sorry to interrupt, Reem, excuse me. Sorry, guests, if you'd like to have a conversation, please do feel free to move into the lobby area. But I think we really do need to hear from Reem. Please continue, Reem. Sorry to interrupt.
So the course was a very easy course, but I was the first to fail in it. So that made me feel really bad. But then it changed my life. So I always target these people who always feel so bad about themselves, and they don't know their abilities, they don't know their limit, and it's just not, you didn't have a good chance, but you didn't discover yourself. So yeah, that's what I'm always trying to do. Thank you.
Thank you, ambassadors. Would anyone like to ask any of our stars this morning a question? I do hope there will be some from the floor. Everyone's feeling very shy this morning, obviously. Anybody? Yeah, sure.
So I think all your stories are really inspiring, but I think one of the biggest barriers that people can tend to feel at times is age, maybe. Because you tend to feel that, oh, if I wanted to achieve something, so it would have been better if I was younger. I mean, like Reem, mashallah, has achieved so much, so you're like, I'm too old, what's the point, or will this get me anywhere, what is the, so how do you know that, you should pursue this and it's not too late?
Great question. I was in a bank for 10 years. So my career was in financial economics, and I spent 10 years climbing the corporate ladder. And I reached set goals, I set myself targets by the age of 30, I want to be this, I want to do this, I want to earn this, I want to have this. It all happened, it was happening, and it was going to plan, and it was great. But I often said to myself, if I put this much energy and passion into a personal project, I wonder what I could achieve. And that's when I started to think outside of the corporate world. So this opportunity came to me because I was really, really open to receiving something, and I was willing to say yes to things and try new things. Since then, I have now developed my own company, and I'm now making and designing clothes. So, complete extreme from the banking world to fashion. And I would say that you just need to find what it is that sets you alight, what it is that really, really makes you tick inside. And if you have something, if it's failure that you're scared of, Don't be, because we learn so much more through failure than success. I've failed more times than I've succeeded. I can completely relate to Reem. I've fallen on my backside a number of times, and I'm proud of that. That's okay. That's what shaped me as a human being today, and that's what has created my character. So when it comes to age, I really wouldn't I think the older I get, the wiser I've become. I think I can analyse risks better now. I still take risks, but they're very calculated ones. I think I'm in a better position with regards to my communication skills. I can get people on board more easily to projects that I'm driving. There's so many benefits to being a little bit older and wiser. So.
I would like to add something. The thing is about making changes is you value your life. You value your life, and you want to do something that is that's worth your life and your time. So I think making a change, even just one day, will be enough for your life. So.
Yeah. Excuse me. The question is for all of you. Okay. We are saying better starts now. All your story is already finished. It's already done. So what you will start new for this first, because it's already finished. But better starts now. What your plan to start better? Okay. Second, for Bahat, right? Yeah. As you grow in media house, media family house. By the way, his father one of the biggest and the oldest journalists in UAE. Yeah, I know him very well. So don't worry. What's the action of the family for you? They support you, I know that, but it depends on what kind of support they give you. And also, what's the action of the media itself, of the live media in your house for you? Something else for, excuse me, for you, regarding if the ages start late or something like that. I remember one of the names, Kentucky Fried Chicken, starts 62 years. No, 62 years. It starts 62 years. There is no age to start, but it stops when anyone expires. Otherwise, since you are alive, you can start whatever you can. So,
let me answer the first part of the question first. The thing is about better starts now is the idea of better. Like I see myself tomorrow better than today. So I see myself developing every day in my life. For me, my past is not my start. For me, every day is a new start for myself. So this is how I see it. This is how I see that. Like for example, if I have a plan for myself in 10 years, I will definitely see myself that I started and I've done so much more than what I've already done in my past and in my present. So.
Reem, would you be able to add to that?
For me, I always found it it's easier to be successful than maintaining it, because sometimes you're lucky and sometimes you're not. And I worked on like approximately 25 or 26 projects, and I could only register 9 of them. So you can imagine the amount of failure and the bad chances we're having in the middle. But I always try to maintain this up, which is harder than hitting it, especially when it comes to fields. I changed my job. Now I'm working as a full paid inventor. So I get to go through different fields. I have an architecture background, so I'm forced to do stuff I don't know. So, and I'm not allowed to say I don't know. I'm the inventor there. I know everything. I know how to fix everything. You know. So whenever they have a problem with the inventor, like I'm not allowed to say I don't know. So this is challenging, but Google is my best friend. Trust me. I need to be honest. Like, I don't read much of books because I don't have time to read big books. I just need to have a quick information. Online courses as well, and why not asking people? So yes, better start now, not to be shy. Just do it.
Just a very short response because I'm conscious of time. I have had my life in a corporate environment, climbing the corporate ladder. I've had my life doing some sporting challenges, which was rowing the Atlantic. And by the way, I was not a rower before I started that challenge, so I had to learn from scratch. And I actually started sketching designs on that boat when I was out in the ocean. So that's when the idea came to my mind, because I had free headspace, there was no internet. You know, on the 2-hour shifts where we weren't rowing, I started to sketch these designs, and that's when I started to think about how I could make that come alive. And from that point, when I came back, I spent my time thinking about how I can share my story with other people to make it inspirational, share the learning that I got. So I do go into corporates, I get on stage and I share my story, and we do practical examples about how we can implement my learning points into real life. And that's something I used to refuse to speak at school. I hated speaking. I would not read out loud from a book. So again, it was overcoming a huge challenge of being able to stand up in front of a room of 500 people, to be able to speak confidently and get a message across in a way that was something that people could resonate with. So I guess now I'm working on being an entrepreneur, and we have an outdoor advertising company as well, so we have big billboards along Shakeside Road that we sell, and I do training and development for corporates based on my story, and then also the fashion design. So I never ever, just one last point, I never ever think about competing with external people. Everyone has their own story. I only focus on developing myself. So my main drive is to get out of bed and, like you said, dear, be better than I was yesterday. We all make screw-ups, we make mistakes, we do things that we maybe regret doing and we need to fix, but you've got another day, you've got another opportunity. When you wake up today, you've got another opportunity to be a better version of yourself.
Thanks very much, Katie. I think there's so much positivity in the room right now, and I hope it's infectious, and I hope everyone goes away with a very large springing nest egg. Yes, I think we'll have to probably...
I will answer this very quick.
Sure, dear. Sure.
About my media family. My two sisters are in media field, and one of my brothers is a writer, and my father is a journalist. But I have nothing to do with that at all. So like I'm very deviant from all that, and I used to have a fear from standing in my position at the moment. So I feel that I've changed so much, and it's all about how you can overcome your fears and develop yourself, disregarding anything around you, regarding the environment is what you want to do, and how you can do it. That's it.
Thank you very much. As I mentioned, unfortunately, we don't have any more time, but if you would like to speak to our ambassadors, they'll be mingling following this session, so please do approach them and get to know them a little. Now, as this is a recruitment drive, we really welcome your assistance in unearthing these fabulous individuals who exemplify the Better Starts Now philosophy of Citizen. So, to kick off this really exciting campaign, we've got the competition. Now, all you have to do is follow us on Instagram @mycitizen. Snap your very best pose against our photo wall, or with our hashtag, or even better, wearing one of our beautiful Citizen watches. Then upload the image using our hashtag #MyBetterStartsNow. Now, we're bringing in a little competitive spirit this morning. So 2 participants in this endeavour will win themselves a Citizen watch. In addition, you probably noticed there was a prize draw on the registration desk, so please do pop your business card into the receptacle there, and we will be drawing that in about 20 minutes to half an hour. Please do enjoy the rest of the morning with us. We're delighted to see you. And it all remains for me to do now is to thank Mr. Cato and also our wonderful stars. So thank you very much and do enjoy the rest of the morning with us. Sorry. Before we leave, we do have something quite sensational to finish with. Thank you.
There comes a time in life where you realize that there is more to you. More that you're capable of. More that you were meant to do. There's no telling when that time might come. But when it does, there's no turning back. You've heard your true calling. It might not be easy. It really ever is. But there's no feeling like it. Nothing else you'd rather be doing. Good no longer suffices as good enough. Because that is when you realize that you can do better. You realize that you can be better. That in your own way you can make the world better. That moment is the start of a whole new life. That moment is when you realize that better starts now.